Okay, welcome to Module 2. This is Brent Parker with FreedomOps.com, and in this module we're going to show you how to create multiple Craigslist accounts, phone verified accounts that you can use to post multiple ads in multiple cities on Craigslist. So the first key is this little tool right here called HMA, better known as Hide My Ass. That's the name of the product, and pardon the expression, but it does work. And so what I want to show you is real quick, I'm going to show you that my IP address is currently in Louisville, Kentucky. And so I'll just Google where is my IP address and click on this link right here. And it's going to take me into this page and show you that I'm right here in Louisville, Kentucky, just on the east side of Louisville, Kentucky in the United States. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little fancy dancy tool and I'm going to change my IP address so that all the websites that I visit, namely Gmail and Craigslist, think that I'm in Los Angeles, California. So I'm going to, and by the way, there's a drop down box here with a whole list, but I'm just going to choose this one for now. And I'm going to click connect. And this is going to actually change my IP address. So once again, all of the websites I visit will see me as in Los Angeles, California. So this usually takes just a couple of minutes to find us an IP address. Okay, so now it shows that I'm in United States and Los Angeles, California. Let's go back to that same website and just confirm that I am actually in California. You'll want to do this just because sometimes, for whatever reason, you can choose one city, but HMA ends up putting you in a different city, and you don't want to create a Gmail and a Craigslist account and connect those together and change your phone number on your track phone and have all that set up when your IP address might be showing you in Maryland or something like that when you thought you were in California. So although HMA is a great tool, you do need to just double check and make sure that that you're where it says you are. Now, one thing, as you can tell, this is taking a few minutes to load, and the reason is using Hide My Ass will slow your browser down, or your internet speed rather, down a little bit. So you do need to have high-speed internet to begin with, or this can be pretty difficult process. And I don't know why this isn't just taking me into that site, but it looks like it's finally going to. So okay, so here I am, United States, California, and so that proves that I'm where I need to be, and I can go ahead and proceed with the process. Now the next thing I want to do is I actually want to change the phone number for my Craigslist account. And so in order to do that, I want to go ahead and go over to well, the first thing I'm going to do is go into Safari, and I'm going to reset Safari because I want to do that before I create any new accounts and in between every posting. That's very important. Before you go in to create a new account for Craigslist or post a new ad, in other words, after each time you post an ad, you need to go in and reset your browser. Now, real quickly, again, I'm using Safari. I just happen to like it the best. And so I'm going through the, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going through the process of clearing out my data for my searches prior to this activity on Safari. If you want to use Firefox, you can go in there and you can click on New Private Window, and that's going to bring you into private browsing. Okay, so you can go ahead and you can use Firefox in that capacity. Again, I just prefer to use Safari. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go into the TrackPhone website, and in there I'm going to grab the customer service number to go ahead and call them to get my phone number changed. And in order to do that, I'll click on contact, and it's going to bring me into this page where it'll show this contact phone number for them. So First thing I'm going to do before I even call them is I'm going to go into my track phone and I'm going to click on menu and then go over to the little envelope and clear out all my messages from the previous verification codes I got when I had this number in the previous city. So that's very important, because if you don't go in and clear out your messages inside your track phone before you go in to change the phone number, then the phone number change will not go through and you'll have to go in and call them and actually talk to an agent, and it's a long drawn out process. So make sure you clear out your voice messages or your text messages or both that you have in your track phone before you go to change the phone number. So now we're going to change the phone number, and I'm simply going to call this number right here. And in the meantime, once I've dialed the number and pressed send, I'm going to go over and grab a zip code for Los Angeles. And I'll just do that on Google.
Thank you for calling TrackPhone. For English, press 1. Para español, marque el. For TrackPhone, press 1. For safety. This call may be recorded for quality assurance. Please listen carefully, as our menu options have changed. To activate, reactivate, or transfer your phone number to a new TrackPhone, press 1. To buy airtime and other products and services, press 2. If you have a PIN or airtime card and wish to add minutes to your track phone, press 3. For support with phone features such as voicemail, ringtone, and international long distance, press 4. For any other services, including technical support, press 5.
So we'll press 5.
To check the status of a ticket, including ports and number transfers, press 1. If you have activated your track phone and are not able to make or receive calls, press 2. To change your phone number, press 3.
So we press 3.
Okay, let's change your phone number. What is the 10-digit phone number that you want to change? You said 619-322-5781. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you. And what are the last 4 digits of the phone serial number? If you need help finding it, say more information. You said 5785. Is that right?
Yes.
Got it. The zip code you are currently active with is 91901. Do you want a new number in the same area?
No.
Please say or enter the 5-digit zip code. You said 90004. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. We're almost done. Now, I'm going to give you some final instructions. You will be able to repeat them, and you may want to write some of this down. Please allow 5 minutes to process your request. Then, call star 22890.
Okay, so I went ahead and disconnected that call because I've done this thousands of times, literally. And all that you have to do is wait that 5-minute period. It's usually about 3 minutes, actually, is usually good enough. But just to be safe, wait the 5 minutes, and then you'll pick up your track phone and press star 22890. Make sure you remember the star, because that's obviously vital. It's actually part of the number. And then it'll take about 30 to 45 seconds to go ahead and reset your phone and reprogram it with the new phone number. If that doesn't work the first time, then what you're going to do is just hang up, turn the phone off and back on, and then try it again by pressing star 22890 and send, and it should program. You know, the most I think I've had to try it is probably 3 times, and that's because I was trying to rush it. I didn't wait the full 5 minutes. So go ahead and wait that full 5 minutes, and we're going to come back on here in just a few minutes. I'm going to show you exactly how to proceed from there. Okay, so in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that 5-minute period to reset my track phone, I'm going to go ahead and create my new Gmail account And again, just use a dummy name. And use a little bit different password than I used on the other accounts that I have. Go ahead and throw a birthday in there. It can really be anything as long as they're above 18. And let's put this CAPTCHA code in. Okay, the passwords didn't match, so let me make sure they match this time. Okay, now this time it's going to phone verify my Gmail account, which is pretty common in California, just so you know. So that's one of the states that you generally will need to verify your account. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the new phone number set up on the track phone. So I'm going to press star 22890 on my phone and press send. And I'm just going to wait the 30 or 45 seconds, somewhere in there, that it takes to go ahead and reset the phone and get my new phone number. So once that happens, then I don't even have to listen to the call. I can just look at the screen on my phone and I can see that the programming is in progress. And once that happens, then a message will come up that tells me that the activation's been complete, the programming was successful, and press any key to continue. So then the phone will turn off and back on by itself, and that's a pretty good indication that that your phone number is being changed and that the programming was successful. And then once the phone comes back up, you're simply going to go back into your menu key and you're going to look and see if the number has been changed under my phone number. And in fact, it has been changed on this phone that I have in my hand, so I'm ready to go ahead and put in that phone number to get my verification code. Okay, so the code has come in. I'm going to go ahead and look on the screen and grab that code, which is 721536, and click continue. And that's going to bring me into my Gmail account. And now I'm ready to go ahead and create my next phone verified Craigslist account. So I'm going to go over to Craigslist. And I'm going to scroll down to California, and specifically Los Angeles, where I got this phone number. And I'm going to go into my account, and I'll scroll down to the bottom and sign up for a new Craigslist account, just like we did in Module 1. And so I'll put in the new email address that I just created, and I will enter in the CAPTCHA code. Okay, then it has sent me that confirmation email to my email address. I can go ahead and click on that link inside that email and then create my password for my Craigslist account, which again, I'm going to use the same password I used to set up the Gmail account. And by the way, you probably want to create an Excel spreadsheet or a Word doc or something. Email a list to yourself of all of your Craigslist accounts, all of your Gmail accounts, what city that you created them for, and what the passwords are, so that you have all that information handy. And then I'll go ahead and go to my account, and then I'm going to accept the terms of use. And then I'll just log out of the account and go back into Craigslist. And it's already got me on Los Angeles, where I originally started. And what I'm going to show you here is the fact that if I try to post an ad under sales and business development in the job section of Los Angeles, then once I choose that and hit post, and then I go in and I click job offered, then it's going to take me into this next page that's going to show that I have to pay $25 to post one single ad, for example, in the sales jobs category. So any one of these categories in the job section in Los Angeles is going to cost me $25. Now, it's completely up to you if you want to pay that $25 and post in what we call the paid cities. They are going to be the larger cities like New York City, LA, San Diego, San Francisco, Atlanta, Chicago, the bigger cities. So you're going to get more views. However, especially if you're building your business on a budget, I suggest that you just learn to get good at posting multiple ads in multiple cities. And I'm going to show you a trick where you can get 30 ads live in 30 cities pretty easily, even on the same IP address. But I personally do not post paid ads. I know people that do, and they get very good results, so it's completely up to you. If you are having a hard time, maybe you're in another country or another part of the United States that I'm not in, and maybe you're just going to have, maybe you just have a real hard time posting multiple ads on Craigslist, then you might want to go ahead and just throw up a couple of paid ads and see what response you get. That way you're not struggling all day with trying to post multiple ads. But I'll tell you, if you'll follow this training and you'll just try again, because all of this may not work for you right away. You're going to have to just work with this and just keep doing it. And sometimes it might sound, like insanity, which we know the definition of is to try the same thing over and over again and expect different results. But this is one situation where when you're trying to post multiple ads on Craigslist in multiple cities without getting ghosted, it really does pay to just try again. It's just hard to explain, but you learn things just by doing it. Okay, but again, if you have a hard time with this, go ahead and throw up a couple paid ads and see what kind of response you get. So here's what we're going to do. A couple of things. First and foremost, I'm not going to pay $25 to put an ad in the job section. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click under services and small biz ads, because those are pretty easy ads to get live. And I'm going to click post. And then once I'm over here, I'm going to go ahead and click services offered. And I'm going to go down to small biz ads. And I'll just randomly pick some part of LA. It's so big and busy on Craigslist, they divide it up into areas. But I'm going to go ahead and just create a title, something like okay, now I'm going to do something in this tutorial that I actually do very often on Craigslist, which is I'm going to show you how to post a clickable image ad. And I use a website called photobucket.com, and if you don't have an account set up with them yet, you can do that. It's free, and I actually already have a couple of different accounts, so I'm going to go ahead and log in using my Facebook account, because that account already has some image ads that I've created that I want to show you that we can use to post here in LA. Okay, now you're probably not going to have any image ads already created. I already have some created, so I'm going to go here into my library in just a second and show you how to create these and make them clickable image links or image ads on your Craigslist ad. However, if you have not created an image ad, you can do that in several different programs, Photoshop, even a Word doc for that matter. And what I like to do is I like to create what I call text image ads. Okay, I just feel like that text ads in general are the most effective. They don't look weird and strange to people, in comparison to other regular jobs ads, and so they don't really throw up any red flags. An image ad, an actual image, can throw up a red flag. It's up to you whether or not you want to try to use an actual image. But for instance, I've got this ad already made up, and it's made up in an image that I just came in here and clicked this upload button and uploaded this image. But I made an image, and you may have to Google this. You may have to Google how to make an image or how to make a photo, using Word or something basic, a basic program that most computers have. But it's pretty easy to do. I mean, you can go and create a Word document and then turn it into a PDF and then turn it into a JPEG or something that can be uploaded to PhotoBucket. But do a little bit of your own homework there. I'm not going to babysit you on that, but you can figure out how to create a document that looks like this and make it an image and then just upload it to PhotoBucket. So that's what I've done here. I've created this image ad because this is something that has worked pretty well with me in the services section. I don't use this as a jobs ad, but I like to use it in the services section. So once you've got your image downloaded or uploaded rather to PhotoBucket, you'll go ahead and grab this direct link here, and then what you're going to do is open another website up called MySpaceGens.com. And MySpaceGens.com is a free website as well, where you can go in and you can create an HTML code for your images. So as soon as this site decides to work, I'll show you. You'll go ahead and click on Link Generator, and then once you do that, you're going to scroll down and you're going to choose Image Link in this box, and you will paste that direct image code that you got over here from your PhotoBucket account for that image. You'll paste it right here in your image URL, and then you'll simply type in the web address that you want your image to link to when people click on it. Okay, so again, for you, that's going to be your freedomops.com link, which would be freedomops.com/your own username. Okay, I always like to open it up in a new window, and then I'm going to click submit, and I'll scroll down to the bottom, and sure enough, there's my code that I can simply copy and paste in my image ad for Craigslist. Now, before I do that, though, I'm going to test this image right here in MySpace Gens, and I'm going to make sure that it's going to the page that I want it to, which it is. So I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to simply paste that code right in the posting description of my ad. Okay, and then I'm going to put the email that I created right here. Okay, I'm going to put no replies because I do not want to be bothered with emails. If people won't answer an ad by simply following the instructions to click on a link, then they're probably not ready to make a decision to change their life with a new business opportunity. And that's somebody you're going to spend a lot of time babysitting. So I would never make my email response available, because all you're going to do is go back and forth with a bunch of tire kickers that don't want to take action and do something better for themselves. So I always hide my email, and then this is what the ad's going to look like. Now you can see that the hand pops up anywhere on the image. I don't have to actually hover over click here and to make this image clickable. Okay, so when somebody comes to this ad, they can click anywhere on the ad in reality, and it's going to take them to my Freedom Ops lead capture page. However, I always recommend that you put in red letters, click here, because a lot of people won't know that even though there's a hand that indicates something's clickable, they won't know to click it. So you need to instruct people to click here and then click publish. And that's going to trigger that email to our email account, and we're going to click the link in the email to confirm the post, and that'll take us into the terms of use page. We're going to click accept, and then that should take us to a phone verification page to phone verify this Craigslist account. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the number that I have once again for my track phone. And I'm going to make sure that it sends me a text message so that I only use those 30 cents instead of $1 for a voice call. And there's my text message that just came through, and I'll go ahead and put that number in and click submit. And it's going to let us know that our ad is live. Of course, this link really isn't the acid test because the ad could be ghosted. So we'll wait about 15 minutes. We'll come back to Los Angeles and see if that ad is live. Now, one other thing that I want to show you on this tutorial, on this module, is the fact that since we are in a paid city, and this goes for any city really, but I'm in Los Angeles on a Los Angeles IP address, okay? So as long as I'm in Los Angeles on a Los Angeles IP address, then what I can do is I can first of all go in and clear out my browser. Again, I'm using Safari, so I'm going to clear it out by hitting reset and then remove all the data and go from there. Now, if you were using Firefox, you would simply go in and you would clear out your history. Make sure this says everything, by the way, not like the last hour or the last week. Just go ahead and make sure and be safe and just clear out everything. Okay, and then once you go back into Firefox to post this next ad that I'm going to show you, then you would make sure that you are on private browsing. You would open up a new private window and do it in private browsing under Firefox. So again, I'm using Safari, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back into Craigslist. Now keep note, I have not changed my IP. I have not disconnected from VPN. I'm still using the same IP address, okay? And I'm going to go back into California. I'm going to click on Los Angeles again, and I'm going to look at this nearby cities list, okay? So there's usually about 30 cities in this list to any nearby city, to any city that you're currently in. So I'm currently, from an IP standpoint, in Los Angeles, California. So I should be able to safely post other ads with other accounts or even the same account sometimes in this nearby cities list. A lot of people don't know that, but Craigslist really set it up that way. They really don't care, and they're actually encouraging you by having that list there. They're encouraging you to utilize those other nearby cities to you to post ads in or to look for things in if you're here as a user looking for something to buy or a job for that's listed or something like that. So this is a pretty safe bet. Now, I'm going to stick with my guns and tell you that you really need to only post one ad per day per account. Okay? If you get into posting more than one ad per day per account, and really, you really should wait 2 days, every 48 hours to use the same account. But in this situation, we've just opened this account, and sometimes the first ad, no matter what city you're in, no matter what section you post in, sometimes the first ad gets ghosted no matter what. It's just a weird thing. So it's not a bad idea to go ahead and post 2 ads with the same account starting out if your first ad didn't go live, okay, which we're assuming the first ad didn't go live in Los Angeles under the small biz ad section. It may or may not have at this point, but I'm still going to go ahead and, especially since this is a paid city and I don't have the opportunity to post in the sales or business development section without paying for it, I'm going to go ahead and pick another nearby city on this list, and let's just use Palm Springs, and I'm going to post a sales and business development ad, okay, where it doesn't cost me money because this is not nearly as big of a city. So I can go ahead and get a jobs ad live, with this account while I'm in the verification process of it and just getting this account set up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to sales jobs. And now here we are where we can create another ad. Now one thing I want to show you is I want to go back to that photo bucket account. And I'll need to log in again because I cleared my browser out. And I'm going to go back to my library, and I'm going to find that same exact image ad that I used before. I think it was on page 3. The same exact image ad that I used in Los Angeles. And here it is right here. Okay, same ad. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to edit this ad just slightly. And what I mean by that specifically is once I get to the editing page for this particular ad, I'm going to simply resize the ad. So right now it's a width of 790. I'm going to make it 791, and as you can see that also changed the height automatically. And so now I'm going to go ahead and save those changes, and once that saves, I actually have a new direct image link that I can use that's different from the one I used previous, but the ad is going to look exactly the same. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and grab that direct link again. I'm going to go back into MySpace Gens. And I'm going to click on link generator again, and then I'll scroll down. Once again, I'm going to make an image ad. I'm going to paste that direct image code that I got from the new size ad, and once again I'm going to put freedomops.com here because that's the website that I want them to go to when they click on this ad. I'm going to go a new window, and I'm going to scroll down and grab this new code. Now this new code is a completely different code from the one we used previously in the ad that we just posted in LA, but you can see the image is exactly the same. Once again, I'm going to click on the image and test it. It is taking them to the right page. So I'm going to go back over here and post that HTML code right there in the posting description. And I'm going to create a new title. And I'll just put in my email address once again that I'm using to verify this ad with. And notice I never log into my account, to my Craigslist accounts, when I post these ads. Once you create the account, you do not have to go in, you don't want to, matter of fact, go in and log in to your Craigslist account to post ads. You want to do it the way we're teaching you. Just go to that section and click post and then go straight into it. And this is something I often forget to do, which is the compensation. I'll change that up, you know, $1,700 a week, $2,500 a week, you know, somewhere in the ballpark of what the average person's making with us, which is, you know, between $1,000 and $3,000 a week. And then we're going to go ahead and click on done with images, and here's my ad. It looks exactly the same. Craigslist thinks it's a completely different ad because their system is tracking the text, which is that code we put in, not the image itself, and that code is different because we changed the size of the ad. So we're going to go over to our Gmail account and we are going to verify this ad. Helps if you spell it right. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go ahead and click the link in that email to verify that ad and click on accept the terms of use, and then it should show a link where our ad is currently live. Okay, so that's basically it. That's a few birds killed with one stone here in this module. We showed you how to create another Craigslist account in another city. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. I just created this account using the track phone clear across the country in Los Angeles, California. I've posted 2 ads, and we have also shown you how to create not just one clickable image ad, but multiple clickable image ads without having to go in and create different ads every time that you want to post the same image ad. So what I want to remind you of is the reason that we want to create those text image ads, which is what I call them, versus just putting in a different text ad each time, is because if you'll remember what we taught earlier, you have to change the wording in every text ad, in your title and in the body of your ad, or your ads will get ghosted very easily by Craigslist. So a way around that is to create an image with a text ad and upload it to PhotoBucket, and then create an HTML code in your MySpace Gens account, and that way we can have what appears to be a text ad, and it's quicker to post that way. We don't have to worry about changing the wording, because what you're going to find out is through experimentation, some text ads are really going to work well for you. Some text ads are going to work well for you in one half of the country that don't work so well in the other half of the country, just because of cultural differences and things like that. So having clickable text image ads is the fastest, easiest way to get an ad live that looks like a regular text ad, but that's clickable. Okay, I hope that all makes sense. I really would discourage you from creating actual image ads with pictures, that are real fancy. Some people want to go out and pay people to create these big fancy image ads and stuff, and quite frankly, they just don't work as well. I've experimented with all kinds of ads on Craigslist, and a text ad works the best because it looks like a regular job ad. When you start getting into these fancy work from home images and all this kind of stuff, even if it's not a work from home image, just any kind of image, it just looks phony, and you'll probably find out that you get less response. So clickable text image ads is the way to go. Okay, real quick, I just wanted to show you that the ads went live that we posted. And the first thing I want to do, though, is show you in the Los Angeles area where we went ahead and did the small biz ad first. As you look through this list, I do not see the ad that we posted live in this list. So I could be overlooking it. but I'm pretty certain that that ad was ghosted. Okay, so that's pretty common when you are starting out with a brand new account. The first ad a lot of times will get ghosted. However, the more important ad that we placed in the jobs section, the sales section of jobs, which, by the way, just so you know, if I can get an ad to go live in virtually any city in the sales job section, I'm going to get more leads than I will with one small business ad in a large city like Los Angeles. So this ad that we have here in Palm Springs, let's see if it went live. And it did. It's right here. It's the first ad. We do the selling, you get the paycheck. And so there's our ad. You click on it, it takes the viewer to my lead capture page. So the ad's live, it's working, everything's perfect. And again, this ad being live in a city as small as Palm Springs with just not even a half page of listings for the day is going to get me more leads than a services ad in LA. So keep that in mind. The money is really in the sales section of the jobs ads. So that's it. If you follow these instructions step by step, not every one of your ads are going to go live. Not every one of your accounts are going to stay open. You're going to get some ads ghosted still. You're going to get some accounts shut down through multiple ghostings. That's just going to come with the territory. You can't get discouraged. You just have to go ahead, grab your track phone, change the phone number, and create another account and try it again. You're going to have to do this over and over and over. Now, starting out, I tell people your first week, make it your goal to get 5 ads live in the sales section of some pretty major cities. You don't have to go into paid cities, but try to get 5 ads to go live by the end of your first week in some bigger cities in the sales job section, okay? Once you're able to accomplish that, the next week, try to see if you can double it. See if you can get 10 ads to go live. The next week, see if you can get 20 ads live. The next week, see if you can get 40 ads live. And you start to get 40 and 50 ads to go live in the sales section of Craigslist. What I'm going to tell you is you can expect a couple of hundred or more leads a day, and that is definitely going to turn in to some cash in your pocket. Now, quick income disclaimer, I cannot guarantee you're going to make a penny with freedomops.com because I don't know you. I don't know if you're going to implement these tutorials properly. I don't know, a lot of factors that go on in your personal life as to whether or not you're going to be successful with us. But what I can tell you is the people that have come before you, that have followed this instruction, have done very well and have made a very good living working part-time in their spare time from home on their computer. So that's it. We'll see you in the next video tutorial. Until then, God bless. We'll talk to you soon.